Welcome to Gen Zoomers Real Talk on just about anything. I'm Sharon.
And I'm Julie.
And Julie and I are best friends. And for those of you who are just seeing this show for the first time, or for those of you who are wondering what are these two talking heads doing, she's a Gen Xer, I'm a boomer. We just thought it would be fabulously fun, but also inspiring and wanting to just grow and learn from women over 40 all the way on up. That's why we formed Gen Zoomers. And we're actually a year into this show. I don't remember what episode we're on, but we've tried to record a show once a month. Last month, we both took a break because there was a lot going on in our lives. So
we're back at
it. We're back with this fabulous new guest. Lifestyle by Danielle is an Instagram feed we have followed for some time. Dee Boomkin of Ann Bloom is responsible for this connection with Danielle. And Bloom is a pro-age advocate. She has a fabulous following of women, pro-age women, I might add. Danielle is also Dutch. What is Danielle's particular dose of mojo? Well, it's fashion, it's dancing, and pure joy. If you want a splash of happiness, you just need to follow Danielle's feed. I'm telling you, she puts a smile on my face all the time. Danielle features daily fashion looks, and many times she's dancing underneath those clothes. And there's a saying, do the clothes make the woman? Or does the woman make the clothes? And we happen to think the latter. And I think you will too. Welcome, Danielle. I love your feed, your Instagram.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for having me. I feel very welcomed by you both. Very nice. Thank you.
Tell us about yourself.
I'm 58 years old. I was born in Rotterdam from a Surinamese father and a Curaçao Antillean mother. They all met here in Holland in a zoo. And then we always say there were three monkeys because we have three sisters. I'm the youngest. I have all my life traveled a lot. I've lived in many places. That has formed me. Because of that, I can't really settle very long, or when wherever the home is where I am. That's that's who I am. I adapt. I'm very flexible. I love cultures. I love languages. I love my husband. I'm married, no children, unfortunately, and I'm a flight attendant, and I'm a fashion designer, specialized in swimwear. But I'm not anymore. I used to. I went to the London College for Fashion Studies in Vietnam, in Hanoi. They had a branch there. And I specialized. I had first a business in Curaçao. My husband and I, we were expat, or my husband was being transferred there for about 4 or 5 years. And as I wasn't allowed to work, I also worked for the bank before. My husband worked for ING Bank, and I was working for the same bank. But when we are transferred, you cannot work for this. You cannot. Conflict of interest, you can't work. So as I can never not work, I decided to start a business. And I was sitting on the beach one day, and I saw the local people constantly dressed in t-shirts and shorts into beautiful beaches, on beautiful beaches, and swimming like that. And I thought, there's something wrong in this picture. So I decided to open the business, and it was called Above Average. and it was exclusive beachwear for plus sizes.
Where are you right now?
I am actually in Amsterdam. I'm home. I came back the day before yesterday from overseas. And today I also work as a volunteer for Dress for Success. I don't know if you know them.
Yes.
Yes.
You do? Okay.
Yes.
And I am a stylist for them.
Oh.
And today, all day I work for them. And yesterday I worked for another company I used to work with before I started as a flight attendant, and that is called Lingerie. It's a Belgian brand who has some shops in the Netherlands, and they sell swimwear and beachwear. And this is how I keep up with my passion, which is swimwear and lingerie.
As a flight attendant, then you have just been able to travel and see so many beautiful parts of the world, and it has to somehow influence your style. Can you just give us some examples of where or areas in how you get your inspiration, and if being able to travel has also influenced and inspired you in your design work?
Yes, I some examples. What I like the most, or what I do the most, is always I look what people wear everywhere in the world, and I always have my camera with me, and my camera is either my smartphone or a camera. I see in everything that I see a possibility in a print design, or I can see a sleeve coming out of a tree, or I am constantly busy with my passion, which is my visual look on how I can do my styles. And the styles I see then is, for example, in Hanoi, I used to wear an outside, which is the national dress. It's a long pair of pants. It's a flared and a tunic, actually a tall tunic with some side slips, splits we call them. Also with my travels, I buy always the national dress of that country. Always. I have a collection. Yeah, it is folded. It is there, but I have a collection. I do like hats as well. So I used to get a Mongolian hat. I have that. I have a Vietnamese military cap, and etc. So inspiration comes from where I am. I go to the local designers and look at what they have done, and either transferred the traditional dress to a Western style kind of way, or not, and how I, for myself, in my mind, can do their traditional dress into a Western style. I always look at that's what I do a lot.
So I'm curious, being a flight attendant, did you ever want to redesign the uniforms?
You are, Julie. When I started 3 years ago, I was, at the age of 55, I was asked. I applied and I got accepted. And one of the first thing I did, because you had to present yourself, was that I decided that I wanted to redesign the KLM uniforms. But I would have absolutely loved to, but no, it's a very, very strong competition, and I don't have the experience. They really always go for Nina Ricci, or our Dutch, very well known designers all over the world. So no.
And KLM does have beautiful uniforms. They are well designed. So
yeah, that's true. That's true.
Well, you're juggling on quite a great deal. You're very ambitious, and I admire that very much. And I think that's inspirational.
What other areas, where do you go for your style inspiration?
Okay. obviously, well, the one that I have here, I go to the Instagram. I have a couple of accounts that I really love. I love Gina MK Style.
I watched your interview with Dee, and I saw that and I looked her up, and I think she's fabulous. I started following her.
She is wonderful. Then I have Chocolade Jahre, who is a German lady who has been out for a while, but she's back on. And I like her style very much. I also like a good friend of mine, Dam Kolbe. I like the fact that she's very classic and elegant. Another lady that I love, and that's Grace Gannon. She's Canadian. She is my heroine. She's wonderful. She's so nice. She's yeah. Everything is perfect about this lady.
So how do you define your style? I mean, what is your style?
I play with patterns. Patterns and combinations is very important for me. I wouldn't say now because I only have a black dress on. Combined pattern.
So how do you come up with all the looks for your IG feed? Do you have help?
I do actually. I have help with my best friend. One of my best friends, her daughter is actually a fashion designer, studying to become a fashion designer, and she likes branding. She's extremely busy, but she at least has some hours a month for me. I pay her, and we are doing the following. We decide first on the color, and then I go into my closet and I take everything I have in that color, and I talk bags, everything, accessories, clothes, all kind of clothing, whether dresses, skirts, everything. I put it on the bed, and then Madeleine comes along, and she goes like this sometimes, and then she sees the colors and she says, doesn't that no? And then she goes like this, and all of a sudden she comes up with 10 outfits. I have a room of clothes. I have a lot of shoes. I love shoes.
I love your shoes. Your shoes are what attract me to your page. Your shoes rock, lady. They rock. Yes.
Yeah, we're shoe addicts as well. I just not wearing them as much these days. But
no, I know, Julie. I know. I said to my husband, I'm going to go grocery shopping in high heels. I love shoes.
Where do you photograph all your locations? Do you go out and scout your locations? Does she help you?
I do actually, and my friend Madeleine, she also looks up depending on the color. So she goes and roams the colors of the hotels, or we do shoot a lot in the business district. And yeah, she has introduced me to reels, something I had no idea what it was. So, and she basically whatever her age group or is doing, she wants me to do too. But I sometimes tell her that I have back problems, so I can't do the flips that she wants me sometimes to do. or the spreads or something. I say, Madeleine, I can't do that, but I'm sort of her guinea pig. And
you're doing a fabulous job.
Oh, thank you.
Reels. I love your dancing reels.
Actually, she's the one. There is one song that really got me really started. That really started me off on Instagram big time. And that's the song by Montel Jordan called "This Is How We Do It." And he tagged me. A great relationship right now. He's a pastor, as you know. I don't know if you know Montel Jordan, and the song "This Is How We Do It."
Yes.
So I had that dress on and I danced, and he just tagged me, and I just was flabbergasted. And from that moment on, reels really started taking off. Thank you, Montel. Thank you. For my 50th, actually, I asked my husband. I said, he asked me what I would want to have. I said, if I have one present, I want you to sing "Reasons" by Earth, Wind and Fire. He nearly choked because he does not have He has no clue of singing. So, and he didn't do it. That's how much I love Earth, Wind, and Fire.
You've spent some time in America, and
Yes.
so we're wondering what might uniquely distinguish Dutch women from American women.
What I like about American women is that they are open, they are confident, they are social. The ones when I was in America, it is always, you're also part of a family very quickly. Dutch women are very much into, we say this Dutch word, de kat uit de boom kijken. People need to get to know you first, and then they will have conversations with you, and then they will trust you. People don't like to be in the foreground, and some people are, but the average is just stay like this and nothing too special. People will never brag in Holland about their qualities or their and some people really should brag because they're that great, but they won't. Because if you are bragging, it is a very, you're being put in a cage. And yeah, so that's a big difference, I think.
It sounds like Dutch women are more modest. Is that the case?
Yeah, yes, and they shouldn't, because some people are extremely talented and they are allowed, honestly, to say and scream that they are great, but they don't. They will not.
Well, from my observation, connecting with the Dutchies, as Dee calls them, I'm really inspired by them. I think there's some amazing Dutch women. I can certainly identify with them. I can certainly relate to them. And they seem open to me, but maybe those are the few, just the few that I'm exposed to. How about an inspiring quote from you?
Definitely. I have a Dutch version, and it is, you can translate it also to an English version, and that is, seize the day, pluk de dag. Just grab it and embrace it and love it and share whatever love you have. Just keep on sharing.
It's a wonderful quote, and it's a great reminder. Okay, we have some personal fun questions we always like to ask our guests. And the first one is, what makes you smile?
What makes me smile? My husband, seeing that when I open my eyes, open the curtains, and I see the world alive, that puts a smile on my face.
That's beautiful.
It is. It's beautiful. What's one of your top 5 favorite things to do?
I like to swim. I like to play golf. Love to chat with friends. I like to prepare dinners with friends. I do like to shop, and especially lately, very vintage clothing, roaming around. Wherever I am in the world, I always go and look for a secondhand or a pre-loved shop. Sometimes consignment shops as well. I'm going to Boston. I'm going to a consignment shop, most likely with Gina MK Style.
Well, you speak my truth. I am a vintage clothes shopper myself. I just love it. Same thing, traveling, try to go get in and see those places. If you were a piece of clothing, what piece of clothing would you be? And that might be a hard one for you.
Well, I've thought about it because I think it is a brilliant question. But if I would be a piece of clothing, I would go for a dress. And why? It's very feminine. You can add lots of things to it, which means to make it more prettier or more simpler. So it's very versatile and it's very flexible. A dress is just me.